part 2. So now we're going to do all the quadratic stuff. Okay, we did all the linear stuff in part 1. Now we're doing the quadratic stuff. So a lot of this is technically review. It's a matter of how much you remember or not. Okay. So we're going to start with some quadratic functions and their graphs based on the parabola y equals x squared. Okay, so as you look at A, we're being asked to describe, so I need words, how to transform the graph of f of x equals x squared into the graph of the given function. And then we're also going to sketch the graph by hand. Okay, so what do you notice is happening on this equation? All these words we spent all last year in Algebra 2 with.
Like, you mean, like, how's it being moved?
What are my transformations?
Oh, so it's like,
Isn't there a reflection?
because there's a
Reflection, because there's a negative out front.
And it's left 3.
Wait, no, it was up 3.
Okay, up 3,
I do remember
because the 3 is not in the parentheses and in with the x and inside of the square. So it's a plus 3 up. The 1/2 is a vertical compression because it's a number between 0 and 1. Now, this book uses the word shrink, so my notes actually say vertical shrink, but I'm flexible. What I need you guys to recognize is vertical compression, vertical shrink, same diff, right? Okay, so off to the left here, I'm going to write down all this lovely information we just talked about. There's a vertical. You can use shrink or compression. I'm using shrink. By a factor of 1/2. There is a reflection across the x-axis, and there is a translation, so we're going to translate up 3 units. Okay, that information seemed to be all in your head somewhere. You just had to work together and hear all the right pieces, yes? Okay, now, we've got to graph this by hand. Okay? So, as we graph this by hand, what do you visualize about this parabola? Okay, it's upside down. So we're going from here to here. It's upside down. What else?
There's like a max height of 3.
Okay.
Of 3.
It's going to move up 3.
Yeah, I forgot where it was.
Okay. Yeah. And then the question is...
We're going to have to multiply the y values by 1/2.
The y values by 1/2 because it's a vertical shrink. Vertical shrink affects your vertical values, which are your y values. And this is, remember where I always said a basic parabola is based off of the pairs 0, 0 represents the vertex. 1, 1, and 2, 4 is your basic parabola, right? Over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4. Except now we're going upside down, so over 1, down 1, over 2, down 4. But we're shrinking it or compressing it. So we're going to do half of those y values. So, let's see. Okay. So y equals x squared was the idea of 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 4, right? A basic parabola. But we're being asked to do y equals 1/2 x squared. So forget the reflection, forget the plus 3, just focus on the 1/2, which means we're going to take each of these y values and cut them in half. Officially, I'm multiplying by 1/2. If you can't read what that says times 1/2. Okay? So, it doesn't affect, your vertex. We don't shrink the vertex, okay? But instead of going over 1, down 1 from the vertex, down 1 because it's reflected again, we're going to go over 1 and what's half of 1?
1/2.
Down a half. So that's going to be 1, 1/2. Instead of going over 2 and up or down 4, compressing it by half, half of 4 is 2. Okay? And if you wanted another value, you could go, I wouldn't do 3 because that's going to be an odd number, but you could go with 4 if you wanted another value. This will work for me though. Okay? I have 4 tick marks on each axis. Okay? Okay. We said it's upside down because it's reflected. We said it moved up 3. So Bernie mentioned there would be a max height of 3, yes. So what's that mean my vertex is going to be at? Right there at 0, 3. Normally, we would go over 1, down 1, over 2, down 4. Because of the compression, I'm going to go over 1, down a half, and over 2, down 2. And it looks something like that. Okay. Technically, that parabola is a little wider than your traditional parabola. I know, harder to tell here, but okay. Was that all of that information up here somewhere? Maybe, hopefully. Am I making sense of it? Okay.
B, get away for tomorrow.
What are the pieces you see on B? Hey, I gotta make sure I have time to get through my notes tomorrow. We're not getting through much today, so I've gotta make sure I have time tomorrow.
There's a vertical stretch of 3.
Okay. Multiplying by 3 out in front is a vertical stretch. Stretch because it's a number bigger than 1.
Yeah. Moving left 2.
Okay. So the minus 1 outside is up or down, so that's down 1. The plus 2 inside the parentheses is left or right, opposite the sign, which means left 2. So let me write that all down. Vertical stretch. And stretch is stretch. They don't usually use another word other than stretch. Vertical stretch by a factor of 3. Translate left 2 and down 1 unit. Okay? Now, you guys got the shape is a parabola. You got the left 2, down 1. How do we do the stretch? Okay, all your y values get multiplied by 3s. So similar to last time, if I think y equals x squared, my original values, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4. But if we say y equals 3, now x values stay the same, y values become 0. 1 times 3 is 3, and 4 times 3 is 12. And that's because I multiplied all of those y values by 3. So vertical stretches and shrinks, multiply the y values. Now, okay, what do I have to do? I did similar to last time. I did 4 tick marks each way with the exception of up. You need to be able to go up 11 tick marks if you want to be official. Okay, I'm graphing real quick here. So my vertex goes where? Left 2, down 1. My first set of points normally go over 1, up 1, but this time they're going to go over 1, up, 1, 2, 3. So that puts them at the y value of up 2, yes? And over 2, up 12. So since I'm 1 below, that's going to put me over 2 and up 11. Well, over 2, up 12, which is 11 above the x-axis.
No, don't fall.
Hey, does my parabola look stretched?
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it? Okay. Okay, I'll have this tomorrow. There's a teeny bit of homework I guess you could start, but not much. We'll talk a lot tomorrow. We should be good though on timing tomorrow.